I'll explain all the details. Client this time is a local government that takes care of the utilities for Nakano. Basically, it's a bureaucratic agency. Why are you so shocked? Of course we specialize in the supernatural and complex cyber crimes, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperated very well with Detective Matayoshi's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've received a case from public agency. Quite a rare request. This case was originally discussed by Detective Matayoshi with the government agency. It's a bit special, so Detective Matayoshi passed us down to the government agency like a sort of ace up his sleeve. And now it's our case. Got it? Good. Case is to unlock a gate in Nakano Underpass. Seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch and can't be opened. Huh? You don't know about Nakano Underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nakano's public utilities, such as power cables, water pipes, and so on. They're moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city center above ground by housing the public utilities underground. Looks like the visible power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not-too-distant future. Underneath Nakano there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are of course many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate we need to unlock is. It's a password-protected electronic lock, but it seems some time ago it locked for no reason, and no one has been able to open it since. They contacted the manufacturer, but they gave up. Needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously that would incur serious costs. While the costs were discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. Seems something strange is going on. Hi, Skittle. Manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate. The government suspected criminal activity and called Matayoshi. Let's see. So then the buck passed to the crummy detective agency? Well, after all, we have the best people for the job if you want to access a place that offbands the most. This is actually a good opportunity. Been wanting to investigate the rumors surrounding Nakano's underground system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally there's a cyberspace inside it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. I've already received permission from the government to access the underpass. Alright then, should we go and find out what the real situation with this underground gate is? Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies beyond the gate? This is going to be so much fun. Huh? It's an underground gateway. This will just be an underground tunnel behind it, right? Have you ever heard of the stochastic process in quantum mechanics? Guess I should tell you about Schrodinger's cat. Till we open up the gate, we cannot know if we will find an underground tunnel or the void of space. Till you open that gate, the world is in a flux of overlapping possibilities, so just try to enjoy it. Let's go. Case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? Your job is to find that out. I always like Digimon precisely because it differed a fair bit. There, I saved. Happy? Like, they're both about humans taming monsters and using them to fight, but that's kind of the end of the similarities. Arrive at the underpass. The gate we need to unlock is inside. The control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect, jump into it, and unlock the gate. Let me in. What happened? What? Connect jump isn't working. That's strange. It's an electronic lock, so there should be some kind of network inside it. Perhaps it's just that you didn't activate the connect jump properly? Right. I think it's time I verified your ability to perform a connect jump. Raise your hand. Now concentrate. And now what? That's it. "30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Several hours later. 100 years later." I think that might be hyperbolic. What were you doing just now? Whatever you're doing, it seems like it's not working. No shit. Oh, that worked. Oh no. Looks like I can't verify it. Well, it seems that you can only connect jump if you feel disappointed. If I were to posit a theory as to how your connect jump works, ability locates a digital wave, piggybacks on it to the target's location's digital space, and then enters it. It can be a network, a PC server, doesn't matter what the target location is. If there's a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seem to be certain limitations when interfering with the digital wave. In other words, when you can, you can. And when you can't, you can't. Thank you, Kyoko. I never could have figured that out on my own. What we've determined is that you connected before by chance, even if there are specific reasons why you're able to connect to each time. But simply, cause and effect are connected to the digital waves. Wait a second. How do you connect jump this time then? I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there were others like you who tried and failed to open the lock and were disappointed? Yes, disappointment is definitely key. Oh, so I should just go talk to my parents and then I can connect jump to anything? Oh wait, no, that would let them connect jump. Rambled on long enough. Please get this lock open as quickly as you can. You know what, just for that, I'm just gonna sit here. Dangerous battles ahead of us, so make sure you train there on the farm. Oh man, how am I gonna handle these guys? It's just gonna be like such a challenge. Hey, zombies. Does that mean I have to leave? Ah, beans. What's that? That looks interesting. Hacking skill, copy and paste. Copies the target's color data and temporarily saves it by pasting it on a colorless base. When correctly placed, security will be dropped and you'll be able to continue. Copy. Gets into an interesting... That's an interesting... So, the popular nomenclature around hacking is actually used incorrectly. Traditionally, what was called hacking is what we more commonly nowadays call coding. And what we call hacking was more traditionally called cracking. So in that context, hell yes, copy and paste is a hacking skill. Door should be unlocked now. Let's head back and check. Oh. What door am I checking? Because you would hack together computer code to make the computer do what you wanted it to do. You would crack into other systems. Hacker Man. Hi, Mel. Yeah, I got a half day because of things. It's, Astara? Seems you've managed to unlock the gate, so thanks for that. Must have been easy for you given your skill. What? There's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel? What do you mean by a bit? Is there any sign of a Digimon or an Eater in there? Let's see. It is strange to see just this small section of a labyrinth. I know I said we couldn't know what we would find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe we have witnessed a special digital wave occurrence. It's as if it's some kind of current. Let's see. This is definitely a ley line. You ever heard of ley lines before? There are many in Tokyo. They are also called dragon chains. Dragon signifies the undulating landscape, the hills and mountains. The dragon chain is what we call the flow of the land's spirit. It's well known that Sosei Tenkei, advisor to Ieyasu Tokugawa, turned that into a great feng shui city. It is said that he built a waterway and a path to lead the chi from Mount Fuji in Tokyo Bay to Edo Castle. Of particular note in this instance are Kanaeji and Asakusa Shrine to the northeast and Sojoji and Hie Shrine to the southwest. All big religious institutions. In feng shui, those directions are thought to draw negative energy their way. The shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. And if you look at the lines that connect Buddhist temples Kanaeji and Zojoji and Shinto shrines Asakusa and Hie, you'll find they cross right inside Old Edo Castle, home to today's Tokyo Imperial Palace, It's really quite fascinating to see. Nowadays the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines and radio towers dot the northeast and southwest. You could say we finished what Tenkai started. Basil, eat the food. But also, yes, forgetting to eat is quite easy. Viewed from the eyes of current society, those rail lines and radio towers are artificial landlines that supplement the old roads and waterways. Naturally, where you're standing underground constitutes another ley line, running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either. The one that's believed to emanate from Mount Fuji is supposed to run right through there. The man-made tunnel layered on top of it allows the digital waves to keep flowing in perpetuity. It's really a peculiar thing going on down there. That's what's producing this quadrillary labyrinth you're seeing before you. Knowing that, those weird voices that people are supposedly hearing probably belong to Digimon that are appearing as a result. I could go on for a while yet about this subject, but you at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? I'll take that to mean you understand it well enough then. At this point, your work is essentially done, but we can't exactly just ignore this newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go a little further in and check things out for me? Is it the bottle of water meme? Because I feel like it should be the bottle of water meme. Well, that's spoopy. Why am I doing X? So future me doesn't hate past me. Duh. The tunnel just keeps on going, you say? If it stays on course like you're going, you're gonna end up in Ravongi, which would mean... You know, this reminds me of something else I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, Tokyo's ley lines stem from Mount Fuji, which is of course not all that coincidence given that it's a sacred place. That energy takes old highways like the Koshu Kaido and the Tokaido to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. That energy joins up with underground waterways, going along the highways that carry Mount Fuji's snowmelt to Tokyo, flowing into the city together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be where else but Nakano. Simply, all the ley lines that flow throughout Tokyo could well be coming out of your own stomping grounds, believe it or not. Would that be amazing to think about if it turned out to be true? Yes. Give me ketchup, Mel. Stop right there. Don't go any further. It's just an example. Standing at the border of the municipality. Go any further and you'll be in central government territory. It's a hive we'd best not poke. Killing me intrigued though. It's a hell of a thing to stumble into just walking around inside of that tunnel. You aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's too much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough, I think. Get back the way you came in and regroup at the office. It's not as strong as we're used to. That tunnel is causing a digital shift. Should probably keep it locked up like before after all. I have no idea how I'm going to explain all of this to our client. No matter how you spin it, probably all be a lot to take in. Wouldn't be surprised if we come away looking even sketchier than we already do. Just let Detective Motoyoshi deal with it. Some jobs are just best left to others. Curious what exactly was actually beyond where you stopped? Makes two of us, believe me. Actually, while you're on your way back, I decided to look into it a little bit. Apparently what you found was a Kamishiro research lab, of all things. Okay, Rebecca Black. Oh, don't be dense. I told you, that area is under jurisdiction of the central government. It's not the sort of place you wander into for fun. Nothing else. It indicates that Kamishiro and the government have a tighter relationship than what we previously suspected. Going after Kamishiro could well mean that we'd also be ruffling the government's feathers. That's why we can't be hasty right now. We'll do what we can to prepare and cross that bridge when we come to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine it was Kamishiro that changed the password on that door and rendered it impossible to get open. They probably weren't counting on us being able to actually break in and snoop around. Knowing that, it could well serve as our ace in the hole later when the time does come to confront them. Hopefully unawares. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to, and just be grateful to have that up our sleeve if need be. On that note, I realize this case is technically closed. What do you say about heading over to Roppongi for me one more time? I don't mean on official business. Rather, I'm keen on doing a little independent intelligence gathering for our own internal use. Surely you're interested in knowing why Kamishiro has built a research lab underneath the Metropolitan office too, right? How about you just walk around through the front door there and see what you can find. Sound good? One investigate command completed. Found 3 cases. Let's head back from whence we came and see if we do anything besides lore dump. Oh, are you here for a tour of the lobby? Please come on inside. Must be confused. Let me explain. Construction of this Metropolitan office isn't entirely complete as of yet. No, it was at one point, that is, until a major firm came in and it was decided the upper floors merited additional construction. As such, while that's going on, the lobby here remains free and open to the public to visit. I say we just let the robot overlords take over, give everyone UBI, and just make art all day. Did you make it inside the Metropolitan office? Alright, I get you. So they're alright with you hanging around the lobby. Oh, that makes the work a little easier then. Go on in. All you need at this point is a terminal somewhere so you can infiltrate their systems. Piece of cake at this stage, I'd say. So once you find a terminal, just slip on in and work your magic, like always. Wish I was there to see it myself. Seems quite the sight. Reminds me of the Tower of Babel in a way. Guess I'm starting to ramble again, though. Don't worry about me. Feel free to get back to work now. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Hi, Maker. Let's all go to the lobby to hack into the governmental office. All digital shift happening here. Something wrong out there? Oh, You found a terminal that's digital shifting a little. Ah, the shift is weak while still prominent enough for you to notice it. Could be a sign this place will turn into a labyrinth later on. Well, for now, try connect jumping into it. You have no idea what could be inside there, so stay on your feet, alright? Let me in! Really? Hi, Pooh. How you doing, Maker? Hopefully better than Tentamon. Should probably check on Spider-Mon's cam score look like. No, that's how I check that. 14. Okay, progress. My week's over. It was long, but now it's over. Do you have cheese for lunch, Mel, or...? I need literally any context for why you just said, cheese. Hey look, Mel, it's a mouse. You know what? Valid. Fine. Ura. What kind of cheese with that, though? Oh, hi. Yeah, you call that Cthulhu. Catamount Hills Cheddar. Okay. Always time for some of the, like, better cheddars out of Cabot. There's stuff that comes in plastic is gross, though. Maybe they're confused because it's, from Cabot. If you want a really, really good cheese, it's like you're not paying the premium for Parmigiano. Look for some Piave. If you can find the one with the red label, get that. So you found an eater inside there after all. She couldn't find any other evidence of no. You're not seeing the forest for the trees here, Archon. The fact that there was an eater inside the terminal at all is big evidence in and of itself. Regardless, let's call it a day here. Get on back to the office now. There's probably hard work going on all over the place today, but thanks to you, I think I'm starting to piece it all together now. While you're out and about, I decided to measure the digital waves coming out of that building. And I found out that the Metropolitan Office itself is one big digital wave force field. From what I can tell, energy is flowing straight into the Metropolitan office via the ley line inside Nakano Underpass. So that underground lab Kamishiro has beneath the building is probably controlling the energy flow. Remember what I said about ley lines when you're inside that tunnel, don't you? There are two things at play here. Natural energy flow from the Earth along the ley lines, and digital waves emanating from a sea of electrons. If you can make a massive structure like the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Office a hub for those things, then you can manipulate their flow. Why do they need to do it that way? Well, for one, digital waves might be invisible to the naked eye. They have mass and therefore require a vessel. And the bigger the vessel is that contains those waves, the more energy you can build up. Probably also explains the new construction going on. Some more space would mean that much more energy Kamishiro could handle. The extra energy would then go on to impact the office beyond the facility. Hence the digital shift that you ran into in the lobby. And with any good digital shift comes an eater. Of course, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that place goes labyrinthine eventually. Foreshadow much? We don't have to be concerned about that threat anymore, now that you've cleaned the joint up. On the other hand, it's worrying in its own way that things resolve so cleanly this time. The fact that digital waves can be concentrated in such small qualities as to attract individual eaters and produce a micro-lab is scary. If you hadn't been there, it might well not have been caught up until much later. The whole thing doesn't sit well with me at all. This case has taught us that there's technology that can mostly suppress large amounts of digital waves as they're built up and placed wherever. The deliberate and calculated nature of it all indicates that somebody's got big plans in the works, suffice it to say. This, of course, calls for more investigating. We need to figure out how long this has all been going on and just what exactly it's for. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we move forward, Archon. We're onto something here. I know it. What's food? Sleuth, rank up! I'm an almost cyber sleuth. And I got a farm development kit. Your drive is really admirable. Keep it up. One way or another, we'll definitely deal with Kamishiro when the time is right.